Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to break down the core ideas behind a pretty unique crypto project called Zucoin and its whole ecosystem, which they've named Zutopia.
So let's just start with a big question, one that really gets to the heart of what this whole project is trying to do. Think about it. What are the biggest risks in crypto today? Exchange hacks, platforms collapsing, your funds getting frozen. What if you could just eliminate one of the biggest points of failure from the get-go?
Okay, so let's dive into that. This idea, zero custodial risk, that's the central promise. It means the platform is designed, from the ground up, to never act like a bank for your crypto or for your cash. It's a pretty fundamental shift from how most exchanges out there operate.
To even understand how that's possible, we've got to look under the hood at their foundational technology. They call it SplitChain, and this is really the engine that powers everything else we're about to talk about.
So they're positioning SplitChain as this super lightweight and efficient alternative to traditional blockchain. And they do it by tackling its biggest bottleneck, data. You see, instead of storing the entire history of every transaction ever, it only keeps the very latest balance. Now that sounds like a small change, but it has these huge ripple effects, leading to a massive, and I mean massive, claimed jump in speed. We're talking from hours down to nanoseconds, and a huge reduction in energy use.
So yeah, the crucial point here is that by design, it's meant to avoid all that data bloat that can really slow down other networks. This isn't about logging every single thing that ever happened. It's just about efficiently keeping track of who owns what right now. And that lean approach is what's behind all its claims of incredible speed and scalability.
And that lean design, well, it translates directly into some really powerful benefits for you, the user. We're talking about near-instant peer-to-peer transfers and, get this, zero transaction fees between wallets. It's built to scale up massively while staying incredibly energy efficient.
So, how does all this high-speed tech actually turn into a real-world product? Well, let's take a look at their flagship, the Zutopia Marketplace.
This quote from the project's founder is really the core promise of the entire platform. It's a direct shot at one of the biggest fears in the crypto world, right? Losing your assets because the exchange you trusted got hacked or just went belly up. This one sentence is their entire value proposition in a nutshell.
And why should you care? Well, the reason is crystal clear. The whole system is designed to give you full control and security over your assets all the time. The platform's goal is just to be a facilitator of trades, not a guardian of your money. Okay, so here's how a trade is actually supposed to work step by step. First, a buyer pre-authorizes the payment with their card. The seller gets a confirmation that the funds are good, and then, and this is key, sends the Zucoins directly to the buyer's wallet. It's only after that happens that the actual cash moves from the buyer's account to the seller's. See what happened there? At no point was Zutopia holding on to either the cash or the coins. All right, so beyond the custody issue, the project also focuses heavily on solving another huge problem for the industry: payment fraud. I mean, this is a massive hurdle for any platform trying to connect traditional finance with the crypto world. To tackle this, they've adopted a security standard called 3D Secure. It's super common in online banking. You know when you're buying something and you have to type in a code that gets sent to your phone to approve the purchase? Yeah, you've used 3DS. It basically forces you to verify purchases directly with your own bank. And the impact? Well, according to the project, it's been a game changer. They say implementing this has virtually eliminated chargebacks. And that's a big deal, because it shifts the liability for fraud away from the merchant and back to the bank, which builds the kind of trust you absolutely need if you want to expand internationally. So you've got this tech, you've got this marketplace. How in the world do you get it into the hands of millions of people? Well, their strategy for getting users is pretty unconventional. It's not about traditional ads at all. They call it Blitz Marketing. So instead of buying up billboards or running a bunch of online ads, the whole strategy is built around giving users real, tangible value right from the start. And they do it using an augmented reality app. Here's the concept. Imagine a local coffee shop. They create a tokenized voucher for, say, a free coffee. Then they distribute these tokens through an AR app for people in the area to find and claim. What's happening is the shop's advertising budget is literally being converted into direct value for new customers, which then gets them on board with the whole ecosystem. Pretty clever. So let's zoom out for a second and look at the long-term vision, because honestly, it goes way beyond just being a currency or a marketplace for that one currency. The ultimate goal here is the tokenization of real-world assets. And all that means is taking the ownership rights of something physical or digital, like a building, a piece of art, or a song, and converting them into a digital token that lives on their SplitChain ledger.
And the vision for what can be tokenized is incredibly ambitious. I mean, just imagine owning fractional shares in an apartment building, or a tiny percentage of a gold mine, or even a share of your favorite musician's future royalties. Essentially, any asset you can tie to a smart contract could be a candidate.
Now, this is a really critical detail. The platform is claiming zero-cost token creation. For anyone who's played around on other crypto networks, you know that gas fees can be a massive hurdle, a huge cost just to create and trade tokens. The idea here is to get rid of that cost completely, making tokenization way more accessible for everyone.
So when you put it all together, you can really see the complete roadmap. It starts with that foundational SplitChain technology, it builds up into the non-custodial Zutopia Marketplace, and ultimately, it aims to become this huge platform for trading tokenized real-world assets.
And that really leaves us with a final thought. The project has for sure carved out a unique path, focusing on security, on efficiency, and on real-world use. The big question now is whether this ambitious vision, built on that non-custodial foundation, will actually be enough to achieve its huge goal of reshaping the digital economy.